afternoon and welcome. A special edition here today in relation to a couple of queries that I've actually had regarding this particular stock here, Foslock Environmental Technologies Limited, ticker code PET, P for Peter, E for Echo, T for Tom. Firstly brought up on the Coffee Room chat from ASX Traders United Facebook page. If you're not already a member, please feel free to actually come along and join us. We'd love to see you on board. But firstly, this was brought up by one of our group members, Tirana. So thank you very much for bringing this up, Tirana. It was a query just in relation to what the thoughts were in relation to how the actual action was in terms of this particular stock. And well, it actually had piqued my interest as well in terms of this, just having to scan through this, this particular chart a while back. And it was like, well, it actually had piqued my interest back here when there was a massive volume spike of about 10 million shares being traded on this particular day, the 28th of July. And, well, no, it had gone up 62% on that particular day. And it was huge, massive, massive, massive. And Tirana's not the only person who's actually inquired about this particular stock from the group. A few other members of the group have actually inquired about it since Tirana had actually got in contact with me about this. And since then, on Thursday morning, the stock went to a trading halt. So it's a matter of whether people are actually already in this stock. They're probably now wondering, okay, well, what do I do? Well, there's not really much you can do right now until the trading hold is lifted, and that's projected to be on Monday. But for those who are actually interested in getting into the stock in the first place, well, whether or not you're actually in the stock already or not, well, we'll go through an analysis and see what you think after we actually go through the analysis too. But yeah, it's one of those ones where it's like, well, there is some potential in this perhaps, or I'll let you have a look and gauge what you think about it once we actually go through this. But yeah, this actually did pique my interest, like I said, back here on this particular day. But my general thoughts about things that go up so fast is generally just see how things perform after they go up here and then work on it from that perspective. But it just seems to have really just struggled after that point. But it's just potentially forming, like what I mentioned to Tirana, a potential for a bull flag style breakout afterwards. But now it hasn't got that ability to be able to do that until obviously after the trading hold is actually broken and lifted. So let's see how things do go on the Monday. But let's now do a quick analysis in terms of seeing where things are going. So let's have a look at this daily chart firstly and see the overall perspective as to what's happening. Now, the reason why I like this chart to begin with as well from the overall daily perspective is simply the mere fact that it actually has formed a support level which actually is being tested right now, and that's basically right here. So what I'll do firstly is I'll put in a horizontal ray right there at that point of 2.1 cents, and you can really see that it actually has tested it right here on the Thursday, has really pretty much successfully tested it there. I'll actually enlarge that a little so you can really see it as well, and is pretty much in the verge of actually testing that successfully should this take off from here. So that is one point there. So really that is a support level because it has actually gone down past that level after it actually had formed that resistance area there. Support area or resistance basically in terms of testing it there failed in terms of getting back up through that resistance area there. Then it actually got right through there. Now it's actually forming that support basis, as you can see, and can be potentially taking off from there. So that is basically a support level should this hold here at the 2.1 cent area. So that's one reason why this particular chart could be a bullish formation should this support area hold. So that's one area in particular to look at overall. In the immediate term, we also do have a resistance area as well to contend with, and that is basically right there in terms of where that formation is. Some people may term that as basically like a hanging man kind of situation, or Now, there's lots of different terminologies that get used in terms of technical analysis. So essentially what we'll do there is we'll put a horizontal ray there as well in terms of a potential resistance area. Now, I had actually mentioned that in the response to Tirana in the coffee room chat as well at the ASX Traders United Facebook page. So that at 2.6 cents is a potential resistance area. Now, that seemed to have been contended with on the day where we basically had, or the final day of trading before the trading halt. That was on Wednesday. I'll show you the intraday activity on the Wednesday in a few moments. Now, that's one particular area of resistance. You can really see by casting your eyes across to the left that there is a lot of, a lot of area of contention around this area here as well. So that's very, very interesting to basically observe overall. One thing I want to draw your attention to is if we take a look at the overall chart, taking a look here, this actually now brings it back to a monthly chart. Cast your eyes back over to the left. We've actually got a major support area over here around about this 2.5 area as well. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to drill in on a daily area into the, as you can see down below the date, 1st of September 2015. I'm going to go down that on a daily area. So 1st of September 2015. So I'll do that quickly as well for you. Around about the 1st of September 2015. Let's have a look at what the really, really strong support area around that area is, and we'll draw a horizontal ray across there as well. So let's have a look at that. So really, in terms of a good support area that we can really see from here, anything that you really can see the bounce of a good positive support. You've got a couple. It looks as though you've got one here at the 2.4, but there's not really all that much volume there on that day, but we can draw that in anyway. So let's draw one in on that day. And another one here, you can see there's a decent volume spike there, 2.5 million. That's not too bad at all. And we'll put that there at 2.7. We'll do a horizontal ray there as well. So that's a good support area there. As you can see from this one, it's just taken off in a nice positive direction from there. And the same from that positive direction there as well from that particular day too. So happy with those as support levels at the 2.4 and this one here being 2.7. So we'll take those as support levels as well, drag across back over here, and we'll have a look and see what that's done. So overall, we have an area here. Let's have a look and see how that's actually responded. Is the 2.4 a decent support level? Well, hasn't really done all that much for the stock overall there, so I don't really think we're going to take that one as gospel. We'll get rid of that one. The 2.7 is acting as a resistance area more than anything else rather than a support. You can see that in terms of the wicks trying to get through that area. And overall with the 2.7 here, it's gone through it, tried to bounce up through it and gone back down. And obviously it's acting as a very good resistance area over here at this point as well. So 2.7 is acting as a very good solid resistance level. So 2.7 and 2.6 are our resistance levels. Looks like it's being confirmed at this point until proven otherwise. So let's now go into the 3-minute or even the 5-minute. I prefer the 3-minute myself in terms of my charting, but you can use either. Either way, when we take a look at it, yeah, we'll go with the 3-minute. I think it might give a bit more clarity. So the 3-minute overall, this is used by quite a lot of traders. Yeah, taking a look at the last day of trading being the 9th. Let's expand that a little. Okay, so overall, we can really see that both the 2.6, I'm going to expand this a bit so you can see a bit more. There we go. All right, so 2.6 and 2.7 areas, in terms of those potential resistance areas, it tried to tackle through it in the last hour of trade. You can see down below, you've got 339, 345. In the final minutes of trade, I suppose, about 348, it's really tried to get through. But it really hasn't done all that much. Like that last bar here, let's go to that one more than anything, because a lot of people look at that and go, oh, that looks very, very positive. Look at the volume on that, 40,000 shares, at most being traded at 2.8 cents per share. Okay, how much is that in value? All right, so 40,000, we'll be precise, 40,000 multiplied by, all right, we're looking at probably about $1,130 in value. Okay, not much to sneeze at. Okay, so that's really how much they've tried to push this up at the end of the day, pretty much. But then also notice at the end of the day, it's closed at 2.5 cents. So really, there's not much momentum trying to actually push this through at a higher level at the end of the day. So the closing auction at the end of the day, it's closed at 2.5 cents. Okay, so there's not really much momentum really trying to push this stock through. Note that this is the day before the trading halt. The action beforehand, I'd go more with this action here in terms of the higher volume, 509,000, which closed pretty much at 2.6 cents, and that was at about 15 minutes to 4 before closing. So overall, we've got a lot more activity bumping it from where it was at 2.8 cents, and a lot more people selling into that and getting that price, driving that price back down to 2.6 cents. So it's not looking exceptionally bullish in terms of the stock overall. People are trying to actually, more than if anything, trying to actually get out of this stock rather than get into this stock. You've got 167,000 in volume in the 3-minute block before that, and 500,000 in shares there. Now, honestly, it's not all that much value still, but still at the same time, it's a reasonable amount. So the volume is still there. Considering the volume of the day, 3.8 million. Yeah, okay, well, but still, it's a toughie. It really is in terms of knowing which way this is going to go. You're not going to know until the trading halt lifts. I'll be 100% honest with you. But at the same time, it has not closed above these levels of resistance. That is the major point. The momentum itself is not really driving in terms of getting it across. The indicators are looking decent, though, I must admit. We do have a MACD in the positive with some bullish indications here, still moving upwards, and we do have the RSI still being relatively positive. So there are some good signs here. I'm not denying that. But the mere fact that it hasn't closed above these resistance areas is still a little bit concerning for this stock. It is still closing above the support area, though. So that is a decent sign overall for this stock. Now, obviously, I don't give financial advice. None of us should, especially if we don't have an AFSL. However, in terms of the way that the charts are looking overall here, it would be, I suppose, prudent in terms of basically saying if you are interested in getting into this stock, take a look and wait at least until these resistance areas are cleared. That would be what the charts are basically telling you to do. Look at all this resistance area that's going on here in particular as well. So there's a lot going on in terms of the way that the stock is going on. You've got a lot of area to clear here before you can actually really say that this is heading towards a bullish sentiment in terms of any certainty overall there. But you still have a lot of support here should you be interested in doing that. Take a look in terms of what your reward to risk ratio is if you're interested in getting involved in this, and have a word with your financial advisors in relation to that. But I hope that answers the question for you, Tarana, as well as all the other members of the ASX Traders United Facebook group who have contacted me privately about this. I won't divulge your information out in terms of your privacy there, and I do respect that. But I hope everything has helped out in terms of all of this information here. Good luck to anyone who is holding PET in relation to this. Wish everyone well in terms of the health of this company and the stock itself and all the shareholders there. And I hope this information does help in terms of you and your families and being able to actually distribute some good wealth for yourself and families and those you care about. I'll leave it there for now, and feel free to contact me through the Facebook page as well there too. If these kind of summaries are actually of any use for you, feel free to let me know as well. Be more than willing to do some more of these for anyone who is actually interested. Other than that, I'll leave it there in terms of going on to the weekly scans as well, and I'll be in contact with you through that. And enjoy the rest of your trading day, and catch up with you again soon. Bye for now.